Alright, here's Andien's Watch Shard Guide with Geos. So I only have Relic GBA, but really you don't even need Relic, so you can do this easily with Gear 12. But this is what I've got, so I'll show you how to do it. So alright, so the general principle is everything should be ability blocked at area of effects, and you always need to have turn meter going into the next turn. So those are really the two goals. So clone sergeants are bad. Let's see. And clone troopers are just taunt, so they're fine. So alright, so generally, and we save the droids if we need to heal anybody, or you can see it also gives you turn meter. So you can use the droid thing to get a bunch of turn meter if you think you need it. Generally we use that in the last phase, or to cure people. So let's start. So we'll start with the sergeant. Alright, he's ability blocked. We'll move to the next one. I don't tend to use the silent strike here because I don't have enough buffs yet. So we'll just start with a basic. Alright, he's ability blocked. This guy can lose all of his turn meter if we hit him, so we'll hit him. And we'll call whoever does your best damage. In my case, since my brute is relict, then he does the most damage. Now this ability on the brute, if you do the second ability, he won't be taunting next turn. I like to keep mine taunting, especially since mine happens to be relic because he has the most health and protection. And speaking of health and protection, the brute gets his stats from the alpha. So for the alpha, one of the things that the brute doesn't get is the brute does not get scaled protection. The brute's protection is fixed. So what that means is if you're going to put mods on your GBA, then put health on your GBA and not protection, because the health actually stacks. So it gives your GBA, it gives your brute more stats if you do health versus protection. Protection doesn't carry over at all. Alright, so we got the last guy here, and we will just kill him. Now we're in round 2, and I have a decent amount of turn meter, so I should go first, and I do. Alright, so the Jedi Sentinel is an area effector, the Sergeant is an area effector, and Barris is not. Barris is a healer. Now this one I'll use basic here because I don't really need any taunting. I don't really need to remove any turn meter, and the target's not debuffed, so I don't care about the daze aspect anyway. So we'll just keep hitting this guy until I get a ability block, which I do. Now this guy I only get one chance because he's going to stealth. Now I don't want to use conscription because this summons a brute, which I already have, and it recovers, the main things, it recovers health and protection, which I have absolutely no need of. It does give me turn meter, but I've got another guy that has some turn meter, so we don't need to do that. Alright, so we go back to this guy again. Now, if I could kill somebody straight off, I might do the second ability, but I don't think we need to do that now. He healed everybody. That's alright. Alright, so this will dispel everybody, so we're going to go ahead and do this. And we don't need this ability Hellfire Tank. There's only 4 guys left and one of them's nearly dead, so we'll just do regular attacks. We'll save it for the beginning of the next round. Alright, so I've got a bunch of buffs. The clone lieutenant's got some debuffs, so we'll go ahead and just annihilate him. That didn't kill him. That's alright. We don't need to worry about him. Just try to kill this guy here. Get some ability blocks over here this way. Again, just regular attack. Nothing dangerous here. Regular attack, nothing dangerous. Once I get to the point where there's nothing dangerous anymore, I just use basics. I save all my abilities for when I might actually need them, when it might matter. Geos are really good with basics. They get turn meter. Soldier gets turn meter on critical hits. Alright, so the ARC troopers are bad news in this phase, and that's it. So this one will use the special ability at the beginning just to get that going. There's one. We don't want a silent strike because we needed that tenacity down. Keep trying to get ability blocks. Hopefully we land them here. There we go. And sharpshooter, I'm going to do this ability because this is going to blind and daze. The most important part is the stagger is what I want, because it'll drop his turn meter. And now we will annihilate this medic here. Just because when I do finally kill someone, I don't want them. Oop, he's gone. So now we've got to do this again, because we need to get ability block back on him, which we do. And now we should kill this trooper just because we don't have ability block and he's going to taunt anyway. Now we've got ability blocks on everybody, so we can just kill whomever we want. And now when you start getting close, you might decide to kill someone quickly. Again, it's all about trying to figure out how to have maximum turn meter going into the next round, especially going into round 4. If you don't go into round 4 with a lot of turn meter, then you might die. So you want to go into there and you'll do whatever you need to go in with turn meter. You cannot go into that round without turn meter. It would be really, really bad. So I could... Yeah, okay, I didn't kill him. There we go. So he would die on a riposte, but... So remember, right here I can gain turn meter. So at this point, I can gain 15% turn meter if I use it right now. And that would give me lots and lots of turn meter. So we'll go ahead and do it. So I go into the round with a whole lot of turn meter. And I also go into the round with Hailfire Tank, which is also really, really good. So Pons has an area of effect, which he will use on the second turn, I believe. Mace will kill people, but this is where you use taunts to keep people alive. He's not a big deal. Sergeant is a big deal, and the trooper's not a big deal. So we'll start with Pons, because Pons also has lots of speed and turn meter, and he's annoying. Now we'll do Sergeant next. And again, if I do this, it reduces cooldown of Silent Strike. Silent Strike's available. I don't want to use it yet. I'll just use a basic. I'll use Silent Strike here coming up. Alright, now this one, I could taunt right here, but we don't want to taunt. Removes turn meter, but I'm not too concerned about that. The main thing is I want the Alpha to take Mace's super attack and not my guy. So we'll just do this for now. And we need to, and I'll use this. This is a Dispel, so we'll save that in case I need to get rid of that once Mace goes. I don't like having guys with powerful buffs, so we hit them to get rid of them. And oops, I probably should have hit Pons right there. That's okay. And here we will silent strike the trooper just to get his health down quite a bit. And we'll go back to pawns. Again, this is removing turn meter, so the same thing as you gaining it, so this is all good. And now we will use this because it will give me silent strike back quicker. And we could kill a guy there, but we don't need to. We'll rather hit pawns. I always try to kill pawns first. I don't like pawns. And we'll silent strike pawns and remove him from the battle. And now we will switch over to the trooper because we don't want any reses going on. And now we can dispel, so we can dispel our brute's bad buff. And we'll switch over to the clone sergeant because he's fixing to get a turn. There we go. And now we can start working on mace. And now here, if I taunted, then again, Mace could put his ability on Sunfax, so we won't do that. Now the other strategy is to use, if you run into a scenario where you don't want the brute to get this shatter point, is you could use the brute's second ability so that he doesn't taunt, and then he puts shatter point on one other geo. And then once shatter point's on another geo, then you can go. But you have to time it perfectly so that Mace is going to take a turn right in between. Alright, so we'll just hit him there. We'll go ahead and kill Mace because why not? And you can see I'm going to end this round, and now we go ahead and use the second ability. I'm going to end this phase with basically full health, full protection. And there you go.